Hello guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make this really cool geometry node setup to make this really cool project and those materials too. So I'm going to tell you now that this project is inspired by the rawrendered guy from Instagram, and yeah, so I will just start by creating a new file, and I'm going to delete everything. So the first thing we're going to add is a Bezier curve, and what I'm going to do with it is just really fast make a spiral. So I'm on edit mode with tab, and I just rotated this, and I'm going to rotate everything on the Y by 90 degrees. So I'll just subdivide this, subdivide twice, and move one of each of these points around to make this kind of spiral thing. So you can take more time on this if you want. It will be way better than mine is now, but I'm just here for the geometry nodes, not for everything. So I'm just going to be really fast to finish this up so we can go on with the tutorial. So now we're going to go to the geometry node step and create a new one. And the first node that we're going to add is a curve to mesh. So we're going to make this curve a mesh with the quadraternal and check on fill caps. So it's really messy, we can't understand what's happening. So just turn the width down like this. And don't worry how this looks, it doesn't need to be too thin, because the next thing we're going to do is just subdivide it so it's smoother, and then we're going to add a mesh to volume. So now after this node we're going to add a distribute points on volume, and then we're going to plug an instance on points. Yeah, so it's a lot of things, but I'm going to tell you what this is in a second. So in the instance we're going to add an icosphere. It can be an UV sphere too, but an icosphere works really well. Okay, so now we got this, and there's one sphere in a random place. It's not even centered. So what we need to do to make this look way better is make this density come up. So there are lots more now. If we bring the scale down, you can see how many there are. So yeah, the next thing we're going to do is make the least amount possible of them collide. So for that we're going to use something that we are going to merge by distance a lot of times, merge the points by distance. So I'm just going to add one and then a value over here, and then I'm going to duplicate this and until there's 3. You can add the more that you add, the less of them are going to collide, but it's really hard to make them not collide with what we're going to do next. So here it is, and then now if we go up, as you can see, we are removing lots of them, but then like none of them are colliding. So I want a lot of them, but I don't want many of them colliding. So I'll keep it like this for now, but then I'll change it later. So now, the next thing we're going to do is come on the scale and put in a random value. We're going to change this to float and then plug this into the scale. So we're just going to change the min and max, and I think that's a good value, so you can see over here. And so as you can see now, there a lot of them are colliding, but you can change it more if you want, but I like it just some of them colliding, and it's really hard to make none of them collide. So I'll just keep it like this for now. And the next thing I'm going to do is add a set shade smooth, so it looks way better. And then I'm going to set a material. So what we're doing is we're making kind of a wireframe. We're taking a curve and making it really thick, so then when we turn into a volume, there is lots of space for the volume to be. So like if we change this, as you can see, we're making way more, and it's like getting thinner the places where it can be. So okay, after that we're just going to put a lot of points and then merge them by distance. So this is the distance, and we're going to put an icon screen in each of those points and scale them by a random value. So I'm just going to put the material here, and the last thing we're going to do is just to delete geometry again. Well, not again, but okay, so then this is going to be another random value, and on the boolean, and then on the point we change this to instance. So the probability is going to be like really low. I just want randomly to remove some. So as you can see, the seed over here, you can change which of them are being removed, and this is just for more randomness. Okay, so I think that's a whole geometry node setup. You can have a look at it right now. So now for the material, I'm just going to go over it really fast because I don't want to take too long. Like this video is almost 10 minutes and we haven't even done a material yet. So the material, we're going to add a mix shader at really the start, and then we're going to add 2 principal BSDFs, and then we're going to add an object info. So this is like what the Kichudi just made in his last tutorial, but a little bit different. So we're just going to plug this in the random and then constant. So this material, we're going to bring the roughness down. We're going to come to the transmission and bring it up. So this is the glass material, and I added everything on the wrong material. Wait just a second. Okay, so now it's working. So the next thing we're going to do is come to the subsurface, add all the way up, and then the values are going to be 2, 1. And now we're going to take this random, and then we're going to plug this into a color ramp. Plug this color into the base color, put this at constant, add some more sockets. So now we can change the color of those. So you can play around with this. Like, there are lots of color palettes to choose from, but like I said, this is taking too long, this tutorial, so I'm just trying to go faster. So I'm just taking some random colors and putting them over here. So I don't know what is that color palette, but the next thing we're going to do is come over here to cycles, remove those 2 points. Well, that's not cycles, that's render view, and then on cycles, and then add denoise just so we see it, how it's going to look on the rendered view. And on the max samples over here, it's going to be 300. And over here on the on the scale, we're just going to bring this up and look at this effect. Look at how beautiful it is. Yeah, that gives this kind of a translucent material. Like, it gives some ways to some lights to pass through it. So as you can see, we have the glass, we have this, and we have everything that we want for now for the material. So now the thing we're going to do is add the lights. So before adding the lights, I'm just going to go to the front view and then put my camera with Ctrl Alt number pad 0 and change it to orthographic. I'm going to bring it up like this. Bring it up again, and over here in the output, I'm just going to make it look more like a cell phone. I think it's 9 and 16 for it. Yeah, and then you just, this resolution is like not actually, like, nobody uses this, and that's too much. So I'm just adding what I think people use, like that's a cell phone height. But okay, this doesn't matter probably for you. So I'm just going to change this over here on the film. Sorry, on the film. I'm going to put a transparent background. And then for the lights, I'm just going to start by adding an area on the top, moving it around like this over here. So then I'm going to make it way stronger, and wait just a second. So after that, I'm just going to add another light. It's kind of hard for you to see because it's so laggy, so I'll just make it in Eevee. So it's going to look horrible with the materials, but that's what I can do for now. So again, here is how it looks. So it looks really good in my opinion, and I'm just going to go to color management and put a high contrast. So this is really the last thing I'm going to do. It's something I forgot to do before. It's on the colorful material. What we're going to do is bring the roughness down. Now it looks really bad. I think the high contrast wasn't needed. So yeah, this is how you make this really cool render. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for all my patrons for supporting this channel. So yeah, thanks for watching this video.